Well, hello, replay viewers. How are you? Good to see you. So glad you're here listening to the sound of my voice today. I'm excited. I hope you are too. Come join us on the Black Woman in Grants TikTok page live here, where we're letting TikTok do its thing to get our live viewers in the room. Woo, so I am up. I've had coffee. I've had my shower. I've had everything but breakfast. I've had vitamins and listen to the trash people wake me up. My neighbor's dog barking uncontrollably waking me up. Listen, I'm here. I'm excited to be here. How are you guys? Come in. Say hello. Let's chat about grants. I'm ready. I missed y'all. I am back to my regular scheduled program of Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 11 a.m. Eastern. So glad to have you here. I was just making a post in a group I'm a part of where I got a scholarship to go through the program. I finished it. Now we have about 5 ladies that I know of that I referred to this program. They got in on a scholarship as well, and this is for a $3,500 small business training program. So excited! So welcome. Those of you who are new, say hello. In the chat, I'm Dr. AJ Austin, creator of this here space. Make sure you follow this page, Black Women in Grants. We got about 65,000 plus of you guys here. Follow this page, turn your notifications on so you know when we're live. Sometimes I do pop-up lives. And yes, but for the most part, we're regular on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays right here on TikTok, on the Black Women in Grants page, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We also have blackwomeningrants.com, our 1-year-long mentorship program. It's so much fun. We have 278 ladies there. One of them emailed me their application for a recent grant and asked me to review it. And so this is something that I had been considering for a while to add to my calendar, spots for you to get your application reviewed. So I just emailed her back. And I know a lot of you who are here, good morning. People who have jumped on our lives. This is called GPA, or Grant Prep Academy. So welcome to GPA, y'all. Again, I'm Dr. AJ Austin, winner of over $68,550 in grants and grant-funded opportunities, and excited to share with you guys what I know, which includes what I know for sure that has won me these grants. Good morning. And how many of you guys here have already started applying for grants? Because this may be for you what I'm about to announce / share. Have you already started putting in your applications for grants? Let me know. Like if you've done searches for grants and you found one you like, has anyone submitted a grant application? Okay, it said trying to get on SAMS.gov. That's the government grants. We're on the private side. So has anyone applied for a for-profit grant on the private sector? Meaning, I'm trying to think of one on top of my hands. There are millions of dollars in grants that have been covered by bigger corporations like Target and FedEx and UPS and AT&T and Office Depot, Office Max. My mind is blanking. Verizon, UPS. You know, when you go do a grant search, has anyone done that? Not the nonprofit side, not the government grant side, but the for-profit private grants. Said I wish I don't know where to start. So many. Okay. So maybe this isn't for y'all yet. It's okay. I mean, meaning what I've been working on behind the scenes. So let me back up. I'm getting ahead of myself. Has anyone here ever done a grant search, period? Just real quick online on Google saying list of grants. Hello, Shay. How are you? Welcome back. Has anyone searched for grants or been sent a list of grants or applied for grants? Just let me know. I'm trying to gauge where you are. Ooh. I forgot about our little fun thing here. We got a little poll. Let's take a poll. Y'all ready? I don't care. If you're not ready, you better get ready. Doesn't matter. If If you have ever done a search for a grant, click the smiley that you see on your screen right there. If you've ever looked for a grant, Googled the word list of grants, found a grant, been sent list of grants, put in an application, click the smiley face. There we go. Thank you for playing. This is called the Grant Game. Hello. Okay. Now, if you've never looked for a grant, you've never applied for a grant, you don't even know what a grant is, child. You just here. Just click the Cry Me a River emoji. That's what it's saying to me. The first one is cheese, and like, yes, I've looked for grants. Cheese. The second emoji you see on your screen on the poll is like, I ain't never looked for no grant because I don't know where to start because it's too much information. It's overwhelming. Please help. That's what that's saying. So click that. Okay. If you've looked for a grant and you have submitted an application, but you wondered, did you do it right? Talk to me in the chat. You can put actual words here now that we got our little poll out the way. I see like 4 or 5 of y'all here have submitted grant applications. So tell me about that, because we just heard from Tina, who's in our mentorship over at blackwomenandgrants.com. She is freaking out about her grant application. So have y'all ever applied for a grant and was like, is this right? Did I do it right? I got questions. I need help. Should I submit this? What do I do? And you're just having a meltdown. I can't go too deep into it because that triggers emotions for me, because that's been me. I've cried. I've taken naps, taken walks, went to eat food, like just anything to get my brain a break. Has anyone been there? CW says, that's me. I'm lost. So CW, you've applied for grants and you just wondered, are you doing it right? If so, if you've ever applied for a grant, like you literally found a grant, you applied and you hit submit, just put a little hand emoji in the chat. I'm talking to y'all specifically right now. I need to see some. I need to talk to y'all because I am opening up my calendar for all next week to do something that I have not done since the beginning of the year, which is application audits. Let me show you how this works. If you are like Tina, who emailed me her she literally just copied and pasted her application into a Gmail email and sent it to me. She's like, can you please review this for me? If you have a application that you've already submitted, whether you got the grant or not, and you want a second set of eyes to say, did I do this right? How can I make this better? What would you suggest? Any other recommendations? I'm opening up my calendar for what we call our 30-minute mentor meetings. That's for you to literally do like Tina, submit your application that you've already sent to a grant before. Get my feedback on it for how to make it better for the next grant, because the goal is to keep practicing, keep putting the application out there. But your goal should be to make your applications better every time. That's who I want to help today. Those of you who can dig in your emails, get a copy of that last application right before you might have wanted to give up and said, I ain't doing this no more. For those of you who are like, have I been doing this right? Is this right? Would love some feedback. I'm not a strong writer. I was never good at writing in school. I wonder, did I make some typos? Does this make sense? It makes sense in my head. I wonder, do it make sense to anybody else? I got something for you. So, go to blackwomenandgrants.com. www.blackwomenandgrants.com. I'm actually about to add the link as we speak for an option for you guys to get one of your essays or your full application reviewed. How does that sound? Does that sound like something that you would be interested in? Does that sound like something that would help you? Talk to me in the chat really quick. Let me know, does this sound like a good idea for you? Shay says absolutely. Thanks, Shay. CW says yes. Anybody else? No Chick-fil-A sauce. So I'm about to put the link on the website, www.blackwomenandgrants.com. They are first come, first serve because I can't help everybody. However, if you're serious, if you're like, okay, I have submitted a grant before, I have a copy of that grant application of what I said with all my answers on it, and I want to get help on this essay part, like how do I tell my story? So when they're asking questions like, tell us about your business and what's your biggest accomplishment and what milestones are you proud of, or any partnerships you want to share with us, or why should we give you the grant, or how are you really supporting your customers, and really digging deep into those essay answers. That's who this is for. So that's you. Go to blackwomenandgrants.com and book. Y'all got any questions for me so far? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. So what I'm going to do is just put application audit. And then we'll go in and make changes later. Make it pretty. But I was just sitting here chatting with Tina. Chatting with some people in our mentorship who are interested in this. This is highly requested from those who are in our mentorship. And so I said, well, let me see if anybody else in our crew, even if you're new here, this is your first time, y'all may not be one of the mentees, but you may want your application audited. I'm happy to include you in that count. Okay? All right. So what's on y'all's minds about grants? Let's start there. Any questions other than where to find them? Because I already told you how to do that. What other questions can I answer for you? And then we're going to talk about 3 of the most importante, that means imported in Spanish, things that you need to keep in mind on these small business grant applications when you are answering these questions, okay? Good morning, Cindy. How are you? I keep losing my place. Any questions? Y'all talk to me. I know y'all booked and busy and double multitasking and all of that. Good morning, Brenda. Is this our Brenda? That we ain't seen in a long time, Brenda. That's in the mentorship, Brenda. Hey, Brenda. Shay says it's so many grants available this year, more than before. Is it? You think so? I'm hoping that they're better quality. Like, I keep pulling up one of the lists that I'm supposed to go through. I was supposed to go through this list like 2 weeks ago. But for y'all, I really hope that they're better quality, meaning like better opportunities. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, I'm glad you're saying that, Shay. Good. That makes me feel good because I want, just like the best opportunities for y'all out there. And I say y'all because I am so focused on helping you guys start winning your first grants. Like, I've won multiple grants and small business pitch competitions and contests. The fun part for me is seeing you guys start from like, what is a grant, to like, oh my God, I just won my first grant. I just got my first scholarship. And I'm like, girl, don't it feel good? Like, celebrating that first win with you. That's where my heart is right now. So I've spent most of this year doing that. And so when Tina emailed me, she's one of our mentees in the Grant Game mentorship, and she copied and pasted her application and just was like, please read over it. I was glad, number one, that she sent me this grant application because it was very short. They had like 5 questions, but these are the ones that you want to be like in sync, like boom, 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 have your answers down pat. And her application was really good. She got to the point. I know a lot of you guys get frustrated when they're like, answer us in 300 words or 250 characters. It's like, wait a minute, I got more to say. So one thing that I did see in her application and that I'm seeing in some of the others that have been submitted to me for their review and their audits is 3 things that you need to be focused on these applications. So put the number 3 if you want me to share kind of what jumps out at me commonly, frequently on these small business applications. Before you submit them, these are the 3 things that you're going to need to have in place. So I know some of y'all driving, some of y'all working, some of y'all ain't no telling. But if you hear, I love a good engagement, good engaging conversation where I'm not just talking to myself. But then again, I do record these for other people, so I could just be talking to them and you're listening in. Either way, say, hey, it is value in being here live with me, right? So, the first thing out of the 3 that you need to focus on, thank you, Shay. She's like, I'm here. Let's talk. Talk to me. Okay, me and you talk, Shay. You need to focus on you. So when a grant is saying, tell us your story, you need to focus on why you started your business. What was the lack in the market? Why you had to be that person to do it? Why now is the time for you to step up and say, okay, I got this. Here's my vision for my business, right? So everybody put you in the chat if you just caught what I dropped. I don't care if you multitask. I'm going to ignore that. But that's the first thing is you. You focus on you. Who are you as the business owner, as the leader, as the founder of the company, as the money maker, as the visionary behind it? That's the first part. So if you guys are stressing about these essays that you see you have to submit or you have to get on video and talk about you, be prepared to talk about how great you are, your experience, your education, your expertise, what made you want to be an entrepreneur. Are y'all good at bragging on yourself? Some people are not. But if you just say you that girl. Like, hey, I'm happy to stand on what I've been able to accomplish successfully by myself. Yes, I've had the help of others. Of course, there's the help of God. And it took me getting up out of the bed, making a decision every day to go for this business. So grants want to hear about you. Y'all got it? I see all the yous in the chat. Thank y'all. Put number 2 if you're ready for number 2. And by the way, over at blackwomeningrants.com, I show you how to do this in a way that's not icky feeling or braggadocious or like conceited or arrogant. Like, I'm just the best. No one can tell me anything. No, ma'am. There's a way to do it to where you do have to represent your own bio. And so I show you guys what that looks like in our mentorship program over at blackwomeningrants.com. And I just added the selection to, for you guys to select getting your applications audited. If you've ever submitted an application and you had to brag on yourself and you're like, what do I say? What do I put? How do I do this? Did I do this right? Okay, so that option is there. You do have to look for it, which means you got to stop multitasking. You got to just scroll a little bit on the site, and there's an application audit for me to help you break down your small business grant essay answers, those applications, even more, even deeper, in a way that you can, number 1, start bragging on you. So we talked about your education, your experience, as well as like what made you want to start being an entrepreneur. Grants want to know that. Number 2, they want to know about your business. So now's the time to brag on your business. Why your business idea is such a good idea. Why your business product or service is so good and it works so well. The benefits of your business product or service. The results that your business product or service guarantees, because you did it for yourself. You've done it for others. They paid you to do it. They've written testimonials for you to do it. Your business is just the bomb. You're not worried about competition because they don't have that spark, that extraness that your business has. So number 2, after you brag on yourself, you're ready to brag on your business idea, your business product or service, how long you've been in business, how well your product has evolved, So to be able to look back from the time you started to now, here are the improvements you've made. Here are the people you've brought on board to help you make those improvements, to make your product or service better. Here are the awards that your business has won. Here's how you've been recognized in the media, the partnerships that you've garnered, the collaborations that you've been able to bring together. Here's why your business is that girl, okay? So put business in the chat if you're picking up what I'm putting down. You bragged on yourself as the founder. Now it's time to spotlight the business, because that's what's qualifying you to apply for this grant. You're tying it in with what the grant has already told you they're looking for. So if this is a business grant for a certain amount of money, if this is a business grant to help you grow your business, if this is a business grant to help you start your business, here's where you say, here's why you need to choose my business specifically. Here's where my business aligns with your grant. You're looking to, if this is an empowerment grant, here's how my business already empowers people. Imagine, Mr. or Mrs. Grant Check Writer, us combining forces, coming together to empower. Because you gave me this money, my business shines. I've already showed you that I'm equipped, I'm educated, I'm resourceful, I got experience. I've already been doing good things on my own to bring this business I did a light. Imagine us with your money behind me. Y'all know how they be pitching on the Shark Tank. Who's ready to invest? Give me your money. Write me your check. You do have to be in that mindset. So I see only 2 people are picking up what I'm putting down. Okay, cool. Long as there's one. So you got the business. And then here's your secret weapon. Put 3 in the chat if you want to know the final piece to bring these essays together on your small business grant application. These are all 3 categories about how the grant can help you and your business stand out. These are 3 secret keys. Thank y'all. Okay. The third part is your customer, your community. You have to brag on not only yourself, not only your business, but your community that you serve, your customers that you serve. We mentioned they're already telling you your business is the bomb, your product or service is the bomb, because they've written you testimonials. They're sending you recommendations. They've left reviews on your website, on your blogs, on Google Review. They've done, TikTok videos. They've sent, other people, when we find something good, we tell a good friend. So you got the referrals, you got the recommendations, you got the reviews. Now, divide that attention between those you serve, which are your customers or clients. Divide that with your community. Help the grant dream about helping you help more people in your community. Because you got people that have come to you for your product, for your service, right? They paid you. But imagine the people that wish they could pay you. Imagine the people that wish that if there was only a way for me to still support her business, not ask her to necessarily discount her services or ask for a favor or a hookup, but I really just wish that I was in a position to support her. That's where you sell the grant on the dream of. With your check, your help, your funding, your support, Mr. Grant Check Writer. Here's how we can now help those who may not be able to pay full price for my product or service. Those who may wish they could afford this luxury of doing business with me. Those who may wish that they had it in their budget, or that they could say this is a regular part of their operating expenses. So think about what you do. Those who they're not necessarily unable to afford your service. They just don't know about it yet, or they don't know how to afford it, or they don't know they need it yet. And so a grant can come in and be the hero, the knight in shining armor, the rescuer that will help you to supply that need. Even if it's cutting the costs that new customer or client from your community that is just finding out about you, wants to afford you, they can come in and try your product or service, sample your product or service, benefit from your product or service at the expense of a grant. Then they get hooked, and now they found the money to all of a sudden afford you, but a grant allowed that because they wrote that check. Good morning, Deanna Joy, our $1 million grant applicant. How are you? So you're splitting between your customers who have paid you and those from your community who are about to, thanks to a grant. Are y'all getting this? Is this helping? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Ahas, takeaways. Can you kind of see the vision? Are there any questions about anything that I've shared so far? Let me know. Shay says, yes, I got it. Thank you. I'm going to use that on my grant today. You better. So as a real quick recap, first of all, hey y'all, say hey back in the chat. I don't care if you driving or you working or multitasking. You on TikTok, you better say hey and stop being rude. We country out here. We speak to everybody, don't it? Good morning, y'all. I'm Dr. AJ Austin, creator of this space. I'm so excited y'all are here. I'm a winner of over $1 million in my personal life, and now I'm in the professional space. We had 6 figures, y'all. $168,550 has been won by the BlackWomenInGrants.com community. I'm so excited. Deanna Joy, who just joined us, graced us with her presence, has won the most in grants and grant-funded opportunities. She's won about 76,000. She said, stop that a light. Hey, girl. Cindy making it work this morning. I know that's right. So Deanna is our highest winning grant winner so far. I don't know. You know, there might be somebody who's won more, but ain't said nothing yet because they out enjoying that win. But for now, Deanna is wearing that crown. So she will always wear the crown as the first to report. How about that? She said, I have another video submission for today. You tired of these? I just introduced something called an application audit, Deanna. And so if you want another pair of eyes on that video, which those have become my favorite now. I think I prefer a video essay over a written essay when y'all submit them to get my feedback. We just open up spots for next week for application audits. So if you got a video or you got a written essay or a full application that you want to have reviewed before you hit submit to see what's missing, how can I make this better? You know, let me know because the link is on the site over at BlackWomenInGrants.com. Also over there is our year-long mentorship program for those of you who are new to the crew. I think most of y'all here are in the program. We have 278 of y'all here. We've given away, what we say last time, Deanna? I think it was like $55,600 in grants and grant-funded opportunities to come join us in this program. So check out BlackWomenInGrants.com and grab a scholarship seat that lets you come hang out with us for a full year for only $97. The price of the program has increased to $597, regular price. Scholarship is still giving it to you for only $97 for the first full year. So that's exciting. And we got so much more fun stuff coming up that I'm happy to chat with you guys about. Are there any questions about anything we've talked about so far? Let me know. You said the time limit is hard. Deanna, are you following the template in the book, the Finding Funding ebook? I know you said you've read it a few times, but if you follow that video template at the end of the book where I break down literally the times of, if you got 15 seconds, here's what you should be saying before, during, and after. Make sure you follow that template. It kind of eases your nerves on the video essays that are that have a time limit. What other questions can I answer for those of you who are hanging out with us? We were talking about the 3 parts of every small business grant application essay answer that you should be focused on. If you need a recap, just say recap. And when I get a recap, give a recap. Make sure you're listening. Because I know some of y'all be trying to work, talk to co-workers, type, drive, and y'all ain't even listening to the recap. So if I recap, make sure you listen to the recap. Okay. So, what questions y'all got? If you're over at BlackWomenInGrants.com, you're going to see the new updates and additions that I've made to our mentorship lately. I've been having a lot of fun behind these scenes, just slowly going through everything, seeing how we can make it better. So blackwomeningrants.com is the place where 278 of you guys here in the Black Women in Grants community on TikTok have come to join us for a full year. We're only like 9 months old over there, and there's so many of y'all. I'm looking forward to when we hit our 500 people mark and hear about so many more wins. But this is a community that we built off of TikTok, because we don't know how long this is going to last over here when they go shut everything down. But this is for Black women small business owners who are seeking grants. You're seeking grant funded opportunities. You're seeking the opportunity to join people who are also finding and applying for funding for their business. There are a lot of goodies there. Deanna Joy is there. And so are our other grant winners. Do you guys have any questions about anything we've talked about so far? Let me know. Have you learned anything, picked up on anything? If I had to do a recap, we were talking about how when you fill out your small business grant applications, first you want to focus on you and how outstanding you are. And then we want to focus on your business and how outstanding it is. Then you want to focus on your customers who have already paid you or who will. But then you want to also focus on your community. Those who wish they could afford you, wish they could work with you, and how a grant can slide in, tie all of that together, as long as you align the vision of the grant with everything, and it can come in and help make it happen. Y'all ready for grants to make it happen for you? Let me know. Because I don't want to be up here dreaming by myself for y'all, okay? So, any ahas, any questions, anything you need clarity on, let me know. Anything we haven't talked about yet that's dealing with grants, let me know. Not yet, just listening and learning. What have you learned so far? What is one of your takeaways? Is it indica or indica? What is a takeaway that you guys want to share from what we've already talked about today? Indica, but using grants to further my business. I'm not there yet to apply, but I want to know, of course, right? You want to know what to do when you are. Got it. That you need to write the answers to the three things we talked about. Amen. What's the three things? Let me test you. Let me do a post test. You know, you got a pre-test and a post test. What are the three things, three areas that your essays or your application should focus on? Indica and sensationally. Shay, I know you know. I know you paying attention and taking notes as you do. What are those three things, y'all? Let's do a recap. Who can remember the first one? You look at that. Get it, note taker. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, you missed that part? Okay. Sensationally got it for you. Copy her notes. You got it? Okay, cool. CW got it. She's been here taking notes. What's one question you guys want to ask me about the recap, the takeaways, what you've learned today? Anything like, you know how when you learn something, then you got another question? Anything like that pop in your head? For me, I'm fearful as a business of one. What's your biggest fear? You said you're fearful as a business of one, so everything gets overwhelming. Because you know what? That's funny you say that because grants do ask, they don't ask what your biggest fear is, they ask what your biggest obstacle is. So, real quick, y'all tell me that. Let's talk about that. What is your biggest obstacle? And then they're like, tell us in 250 words. Time, money, health, etc., and learning as I go. Would periodically writing blurbs like that help? Periodically writing blurbs about what or like what? I'm trying to make sure I'm following. So, if a grant says, "What's your biggest obstacle?" What would y'all say? If you had to choose one, let's choose one to focus on. And let's see if we can and break it down and see how to tie it in with these three areas. So pick your one biggest obstacle. So I remember for me, there was a professional development grant. They wanted to help. I think it was for like $2,500, and they wanted to help pay for you to join any mastermind or mentorship or membership community where you could be surrounded by other people to help you develop yourself professionally. And so they're like, what is your biggest obstacle? Now, keep in mind as well, when you select your biggest obstacle, and we can talk about this on a future live as well. But when a grant says, what's your biggest obstacle? Keep in mind what type of grant that is. So this one was for a professional development grant. So I wouldn't necessarily talk about anything outside of professional development for this grant. So you got to stay on theme, on brand for the grant, if you will. So if it's a professional development grant, it's for $2,500. It's to get you into a professional environment to help you develop professionally. I would say my biggest obstacle when it comes to finding a professional environment is my location. Where are people meeting? I'm in a community surrounded by 9-to-5ers, and I'm a solo entrepreneur. Y'all see how we just tied that in? For those of you who said my biggest fear is being a solo entrepreneur. So, Mr. Grant, check writer, here's the type of community that I would love to be a part of. Maybe a co-work space that hosts networking events and that does masterminding and that gets online once a month or travels out of town together at retreats and sit and focus on business. And we do sessions where we just work on our businesses. I would love to be in an environment like that where we sit on the beach and with our laptops and talk business and brainstorm and mastermind and maybe see each other once a year, but come together to talk about our milestones, what we've been able to do as a result of being synced together thanks to your check for $2,500. Y'all see where we're going with this? So you're showing them how they could take you out of your quote unquote biggest fear of being a solo entrepreneur, help put you with like minds. Your business will be better for it. You'll be developed for it thanks to their money. It's so much more I could tell you with that, but you keep it on brand with what that grant is for. You also let them know, I've been doing my research and here are 3 options. I like this program for what it offers. I like this feature in this program. I love that this program offers accountability and monthly group chats. I love that it comes with the text feature of us chatting on WhatsApp or in a Facebook group or on Mighty Networks or within the group's platform. Here's how much that investment is. As a matter of fact, Mr. Grant Check Writer, I've also started my business and people have been paying me. So here's how much I've been able to make successfully on my own and how much I can personally contribute to my own personal development. And the difference is about $2,500. If I could take your 25 plus my 25, I'll have enough to join this community when they open their next round, which is on this date, just as you announce the next winners for your grant. I look forward to being selected for this opportunity. Y'all see how this works? Y'all taking notes? Y'all having ahas? Talk to me. Is this helping? Is this making sense? Can you see the vision clearer when a grant says, what's your biggest obstacle? Thank you, CW. I think so too. And she said, you're amazing at this. You can tell I enjoy it, right? That's why I'm offering the application audits, because I can see beyond what's being put out there. I can see beyond. I know how to read in between the lines. I know how to sell a vision. That's why we're doing the application audits, to where if you've already filled out an application and you're wondering if you did it right, I bet you I can add a little bit more sparkle to how you're selling that vision. Making sure that you're staying on brand and staying in alignment. If you need help breaking down what your vision is, I invite you to join us over at blackwomeningrants.com. Secure one of the scholarship spots and come see how it's done. I have videos, we have templates, we have a book I wrote on my 25 secrets to winning, and continuing that winning streak. But getting behind the scenes, seeing what a grant grades you on and how they really judge your application is so eye-opening. And so keeping that in mind when it comes to them understanding you and your vision, you got to sell it, honey. That's why I said these 3 things you got to break down. You got to tell why you're so amazing. I'm amazing because I'm a solopreneur and I have not given up and gone back to 9 to 5. I'm amazing because I'm seeking out opportunities to be better for professional development. I'm amazing because I found this grant opportunity and took the strength to apply and submit. I'm amazing because I could really see myself winning this. I'm amazing because I already got it on my vision board, me sitting on the beach with my mastermind. Sir, are you going to be the one to write the check, or do I need to go apply for another grant? Because I got my half of the $2,500. Y'all see how this works? You got to go in with confidence. You're showing that you believe in your business. You're hanging in there. And then you're bringing your community with you. You're bringing your customers and clients with you because, again, you know your business is good. You know your product or service is good. You're like, who's ready to invest? Let's go. Let's do this. So y'all see how we tied in all 3 of the categories, the focuses, your secret weapons to answering these essay questions. This is just the tip of the iceberg. This came to me this morning. I was like, God, I want to talk about this. Because I was going to go another way. But I wanted to focus on this because when I was reading Tina's application, that's what jumped out to me. And so I gave her first dibs on jumping on my calendar this upcoming week and us breaking down what I see the ad on her next grant application. So my goal is for you, man, y'all don't even understand. I love seeing the growth in our women when it comes to their video essays and their written essays. Ashley Rankin, who usually joins us here for GPA, she went from not wanting to apply for grants where you had to submit videos to now having one of the best videos that I've seen from our Black Women in Grants mentee crew. And she's applying with confidence. She's doing everything that I taught her to do in our trainings, in our work together, in the mentorship and beyond. And it's just amazing. I'm blown away. And I'm like, Lord, I'm excited. It warms my heart that I get to be a part of this type of growth. So y'all can tell I love to do this, right? And we have 278 of y'all. And slowly but surely I get an email from somebody saying, help me with this application. This essay stressing me out. What they mean, 250 characters, not words. Did y'all know it's the difference between characters and words? So I study this. This has become one of my favorite pastime, hobbies, expertise. We've added it to the resume of applying for and winning grants. But more importantly, applying with confidence. Like if you confidently submit grant applications, you're not stressed out. What do I need to do next? Where do I start? I'm in this by myself. Everything else comes in and it's overwhelming. It might try to creep in, but then you know how to go ahead, open that application for the next one, and do what you just did. Repeat. And you repeat it so much and so well. If your application is getting better every day, by the time you look up, you got a book of answers. You got a clear vision for your business. You should have your next list of social media posts. You should know what your next videos are going to be about. You should start looking for grants that only tie into what you're looking to do and not the other way around. You're not chasing grants, but you're finding opportunities that, wait a minute, they made this for me. I have no choice but to apply. It lines so well with my vision versus you trying to make yourself fit in a box just to get a check for a grant. Y'all see what I'm saying? So again, blackwomeningrants.com is where we do this. It's one of my favorite things, and it's our year-long mentorship. It's only $97. There's a special link you can click to get that $97 scholarship that lets you come hang out with us for a year. There are payment arrangements and options available as well through Klarna and Afterpay if you need it. And in the program, you'll get a copy of the Finding Funding ebook that I was sharing with Deanna Joy. Has a video and written template for what should be in these essays. But also, there's an app that'll read the book to you. And then I've done trainings and virtual events and boot camps on the basics of grants. So collectively, it's about 24 hours of learning that you can, take your time, go through, but also start implementing as you apply. And speaking of applying, our grants come to us. So every month we get 3 free links to a list of millions of dollars in grants. It's over at blackwomeningrants.com. CW, that's the website. Let me know if you need help navigating it or finding the options that I'm talking about. So I just realized I've added so much cool new stuff on there. So blackwomeningrants.com, www.blackwomeningrants.com. Just scroll down under Deanna Joy's picture, our $76,000 winner. Deanna read the book, went and applied, and won her first $55,000 in grants. Now she's up to $76,000, and just having applied for her first $1 million grant, and just helped one of her clients win some new upgraded technology from Apple Mac products, which I think is amazing. So we have a grant guide. We have the grants that come to you. We got how to do things like use AI to help you kind of flesh out some of your answers, but you got to know what you're doing with AI. It gets tricky. Of course, I'm here with you guys 3 times a week Monday, Wednesday, and Friday live. As you can see, we hang out for about an hour. We got like 10 more minutes left on this live. But I'm here to answer your questions. And then we just added the feature while I was here live with y'all today to get your applications audited. If you've already submitted an application and you really want to know how you did, I can help you figure out what your score is most likely going to be when a grant scores your application, how likely you are to win that grant based on your answers, and how to make your answers better the next time around. So I also share my secrets for applying for grants. The last grant I applied to, I was selected, my application got selected out of 500. And so as I was applying and winning that selection process, I wrote down my process. How do I start applying for grants? And so I started there. CW says it's not allowing me to access the site. Are you on a work computer, CW? Because that happened to someone who tried to do it from their job. And she ended up having to do it from her phone. But it's www.blackwomeningrants.com. When I put it in the chat, TikTok does not show it. But let me try. Let me see. blackwomeningrants.com, or you might have to open an incognito tab and try that. blackwomeningrants.com. You can put blackwomenandgrants.com. Either way, those are the two sites. You can go to futuregrantwinner.com. They're all the same site. I just got multiple. So try one of those and let me know what works. One of my favorite parts of the mentorship is the 3-part training we recently did here on TikTok. And I shared the replay with you guys on how to tell a compelling story, which is kind of where I thought we were going to go with today. But we've already done that class. But when it comes to telling your story, this just today helped me recap that 3-part series that's featured in our mentorship, where, you know, as you're telling your story, here are the 3 parts of the story to focus on. I've done almost 200 of these TikTok lives with y'all over the last year. Whew, girl, that's a lot of learning, a lot of hours of being on here talking about grants, and you get replays of all of those. You live right here, hanging out, being funny and crazy and acting silly. Plus some more information that I've gathered for us as we go out and apply for these grant opportunities. I've had a conversation with a $100,000 grant opportunity influencer, we'll call her. They were looking for 5 people to apply for a $20,000 grant. I think that grant may be getting ready to circle back. I hope I haven't missed it. I was trying to keep up with their deadline, but she was looking for some Black women in grants to come apply. And so my promise to her when we chatted, and I shared the notes from our chat, our interview, I told her I would train you guys, mentor you, and make sure you're ready for the higher level, higher quality grants that we were talking about today. And so that's what this is, the mentorship around finding grant opportunities, applying with confidence, and making sure you're keeping your applications out there to be seen. And we've also partnered with some incubator and accelerator programs. If you have like a business idea that you're really trying to flesh out, or like in my case, this time last year, I was really trying to flesh out this Black Women in Grants. And I'm like, I've been winning grants. I've been winning scholarships to these training programs for my business. I've been winning opportunities to grow my business and really like expand on what I've been able to do. I have multiple businesses, but I said, I think I want to help Black women start applying for these grant opportunities. And so I got help. I got some scholarships to go through some training and development programs, fleshed out this idea, did the masterminding that I told y'all about, winning these professional development opportunities, got in a network of like minds. They gave me some feedback. I put our video in the mentorship too. And here we are. We started at 400 people on this TikTok channel. A year later, we have 65,000 of you guys here. And 278 of you guys in the mentorship with access to all of these resources, like our behind the scenes of how we've been able to do this. God is so good. So I'm excited to share where we are, where we're headed, and what that has to do with you. And I share our partnerships. You can go join those same types of programs. And so there are links within the welcome packet when you head over to blackwomeningrants.com. Come join us in the mentorship under one of the scholarships we have available to get in for only $97 for the year. Join the conversations behind the scenes in these training and development programs that I'm a part of still. Y'all can come join us too. And start getting help, especially if you can see your business, you pitching your business for grants or for small business pitch competitions, contests and giveaways. All of that's factored into these programs. It's offering scholarships. And so we've developed partnerships with them to give you guys like a hand up to come on now. It's time to get this shmoney. Plus, every week I send out an email. We just upgraded and transferred our emails over. And so everyone now gets weekly emails featuring our 3-minute masterclasses every week to help you continue to grow in your grant game. That's what it's all about. Plus, one of my favorite gifts to the mentorship is from Ashley Rankin, who has now won over $9,000 in grants and grant funded opportunities. She created a grant tracker template to help you guys keep up with grants and these opportunities to have your business funded. And she's like, by the way, here's the link of all the grants that I went and applied for and won, or either I'm waiting to hear back from, or I haven't won yet, but you guys can go apply for the same ones. And so she gifted that to you guys. It's a really cute spreadsheet. Just click through and add your information. And so I'm just excited to have this type of community for Black women who are seeking what we consider to be debt-free, non-traditional funding for your Black woman-owned for-profit small business. Like, these opportunities are here waiting on us, and we just have to jump in and get them, but also be ready for what comes with like a grant application, the essays, what they're really looking for when you tell them your story and answer these questions and all of that good jazz, okay? That's what it's about. So, are there any questions about anything that I've shared with you guys so far? Let me know. Okay, CW says she got it. Black Women in Grants. Make sure I spell that right. ingrants.com. That is the site to be on, to hang out with us. Are there any questions about anything we've talked about so far? Any questions about our recap earlier? If you're over at blackwomeningrants.com claiming one of the scholarships and you need my help getting logged into the portal, let me know. I am happy to help. Also, again, as I mentioned, make sure that you follow this page. Turn your notifications on for when we're live. We got about 3 more minutes hanging out today. So if you have a question or anything to add to the grant game conversation, now is the time to put it out there. Let me know. Any questions, any ahas, any takeaways? Now is the time to let me know. Let me refresh my screen and look out for our scholarship winners today to make sure that you get access to our learning portal. Let me get to that page on my screen. And again, if you guys have questions about anything we've talked about so far and you need my help, you gotta say so. Let me find this. Okay, Epic State. Oh, okay. Let's see. How do I navigate your site? Where do I find the learning portal? The learning portal is once you get, excuse me, girl, stretching. When you click the link to join us for the $97, as soon as you fill out the information and get registered, it's going to take you to a second page, which is you requesting access for the learning portal. So as soon as that registration notification comes through, you get a link to request access, and then I'm right here looking at it. I can click it and let you in. So that's how that works. And then as far as navigating the Black Women in Grant site, you're just looking for where it says, on my end it's really big font, but it says to click this special link for the scholarship that'll let you get into the program for only $97 for the year. And then that's the part with the Afterpay and Klarna options as well. So if you see that, just let me know. That's where that goes. What else? Any other questions? Y'all let me know. Any ahas, takeaways? It's my time to get up and stretch, so I'm gonna wrap us up here. CW, I was trying to hang out and make sure you got logged in with everything. Do you have any questions? Are you stuck? Let me know. I'm happy to help. Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's all I got for you guys. I'm going to leave the option for you guys to come join us under the scholarship price of $97 open for those of you who may have been multitasking or couldn't get to it before we log off. But it is available over at blackwomeningrants.com. I may come back and do another pop-up live. It just depends. Let's see. Let me get to what I need to get to. You guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see y'all soon. Have a phenomenal rest of your day. God bless. Bye, future grant winners.